The Frames Per Second podcast. Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Frames Per Second podcast. My name is Kenneth P. Inge. Joining me on the show, I have Rod and Spike. What up, fellas?
What up, dog?
Hey, what up, man?
Mike is out this week, but we will keep the party going to recap the final 2 episodes of Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, episodes 9 and 10, with 9 titled Hero or Menace, and 10 being If This Be My Destiny.
I was about to say, if this world were mine.
So Spike, we are finally at the end. Hopefully it's a mercy kill for you. Overall thoughts on the last 2. Then I come to you, Rod, to get your thoughts on the last 2, but also the other 3 that we missed.
Yeah.
I feel like this should have been maybe a 6 episode. Like they could have condensed some of the stuff in it, because in the middle there was some stuff that wasn't working. I feel like they had just a lot of filler, but the last 2 episodes got significantly better, and I think it's just because more stuff was happening, and you could kind of see, and also talking with y'all and knowing who people were, and the reveals of how the dude became Gravedigger, and the reveals of the nefarious of what's his name with the green? Mr.
Osborne.
How nefarious he was actually being versus him being nice and just trying to help Spider-Man. I think the reveals helped with me like these last 2 episodes a lot more.
So kind of this is actually interesting. I'm glad you said that. So you felt that having a little bit of more context to what was happening kind of helped you enjoy certain elements of the show
a lot more.
Because I was, and I say that because I'm just wondering if like being that built into certain reviews that we do could help out. So that's okay.
Yeah, the context helps a lot. Because I'm not as much of as y'all know always, I'm not a Marvel head per se.
Right.
I can't stunt on Nick and pull the comic books out like you did.
Bruh. Straight stunning on Nick.
Kid went to the attic, y'all. He went to the attic and got the comic book. He said, Nick, I've been here. Nigga, you just got here.
Bro, yeah. You was on the Denzel shit, boy. Hey, to break it full circle, Spike, he was on the Denzel shit. Oh, man, I'm about this life, nigga. I don't know
My
what
wife
you
was
thought.
so funny. She was like, "You do realize that you just climbed all the way into the attic,
Right. Just prove a point.
and you were fussing the whole time you were in there. All I heard was you just fussing."
Shit.
And she said, every time I pick up an issue or something, I was like, "Oh, and this one." She's like, "Yeah, I was in there just."
Oh, man.
Ken laid them out like the new kids do the money on the floor now.
Bro,
They
he
throw
did.
the money on the
Bro,
floor.
for
He
real.
laid the comic books out on the floor.
Oh, man, shit.
Yeah. But what about you, Rod? Just
6 to
overall,
8.
yeah, you got to go through like from the batch you missed, and then I guess
Yeah, we just
where we in it.
it was just last week, right? 6 to 8.
it was just last week.
6
yeah,
to 8.
Yeah, 6 to 8.
Man, this shit turned around, bro. I don't know. I purposely didn't go back and see what y'all said or whatever. I don't know what y'all said, but for me, man, 6 to 8 really turned it around for me. I was just like, yo, okay, wait a minute. There's something here. Like the Daredevil shit was cool. The Scorpion shit was super cool. I was just like, yo, like they making this shit kind of dark. You know what I'm saying? When they showed the kill with the Scorpion and the blood and all, I'm like, wait a minute, we ain't really seen this shit.
Facts.
So I was just like, oh, wait a minute. I started like, okay, all right, I'm starting to get on board here with this or whatever. And then now my son's a fan of Daredevil. Like he likes how he fights. He's just like, because he realized he wasn't trying to kill Spider-Man. He was just like kind of blocking him and defeating him that way. So he really took to Daredevil. So he likes Daredevil now, a new character. So we introduced him to a new character. So I thought that was cool. And then he also watched the Scorpion Rising with me, and it made him feel something. He was just like, "Yo, like the hero supposed to win. Like, why didn't he win?" And it was a teacher moment for me, like, you remember how I told you, like, stuff doesn't always go to your way. You got to pick yourself up and try again and things like that. So this is like, he got defeated. So now he has to go back to the drawing board and figure out how to defeat this guy or whatever. Because, they see superheroes all the time, just winning. So it was a good teacher moment. Like that just shows you, like, it was more depth to this now. Like, for me, like, whereas before I'm like, man, what's the point of this shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, but nah, like, and then you kind of start seeing, like what Spike was saying, like how shit is revealed in ties and all that, and that's interesting. Because at first I really was not interested. I'm like, well, why? Why are we doing this? You know what I'm saying? But nah, I feel like they're going somewhere with this now, which leads me to 9 and 10 overall. Like, I think they closed the deal, man. I really think they closed the deal. This is a show that I did not have any interest in, and they did it, bro. I am interested now. Not like heavily, but enough though. Like not how I was when we first started watching it. Which I'm glad I'm interested in it because I really like how they do the animation for this. So yeah, man, I'm here. I'm curious now. I'm definitely curious.
Yeah, it's good to know that we got seasons 2 and 3 coming. And I guess we'll get to like the implications of where we ended and that moving forward. But one of the things we said last week was, can they stick the landing? And I feel like they did.
Yeah,
I feel like they did. And I think most people kind of felt the lull in that first batch of 3. But yeah,
batch of 5. It's 1 through 5.
Yeah, you probably look at the first half. Yeah.
Because there was a couple that was okay, but man, they had a man.
Agreed.
Yeah, but I felt like they closed really strong and really well. So,
did y'all like 6 to 8?
Yeah,
y'all did.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm not tripping.
It got gradually better. Yeah,
okay, I'm not tripping. Like, what was one of the standout things for y'all? I'm gonna go back and watch it, but I just want to know real quick, like, what was some standout stuff for y'all with those?
Mine was Scorpion. I remember talking about it, like Scorpion. That was a beast. He kicked Spider-Man's ass. And
like the way he kept punching him.
I
was like, holy shit.
So I like that sense of, like, you rarely see the hero lose. They usually always win the fight. I like them ending the episode on him losing the fight and then having to go regroup. So that was the biggest standout thing for me.
Yeah, Scorpion. Yeah, Scorpion for me. Yeah, as well.
That's Scorpion for you too?
Yeah, Scorpion. Just like they made him like he was kicking ass, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was mad. Like, oh my God.
It was really dope how they did it.
Yeah, he was a good villain. He was a good villain. Oh man, he was a good villain.
Yeah, and I was excited when the glider popped up too.
Oh yeah, that was cool too. Yeah,
that was a good moment.
Yeah, Spider-Man, climb on. Like, yeah, that shit was dope. Man, they really. How did y'all feel about Daredevil?
Oh yeah, forgot about that. That was because I didn't see that coming. So
yeah,
and that's not a pun for Daredevil, but no, I thought that was dope, man, because they set it up so nice. Because they were like, somebody's breaking in and blah blah blah. And then it was Daredevil. I'm like, yo, this is like crazy. And the fight was good. And they're doing a good job of kind of incorporating him into the MCU once they got the rights to it. So I want to go back and actually rewatch the Daredevil series now. So
that I want to do that too. I always been meaning to because people were saying that's like one of the best ones series, right? I've always heard that. So I've always wanted to kind of go back and watch that. That was before this whole series shit happened. Like, and people used to always talk about Daredevil. So yeah, I definitely want to do that too.
Which maybe we should do that to prep for the.
When does it come out?
I don't know, but I think
I'm down if y'all want to do
it. Yeah, like the Final Destinations and stuff like that. I think we should go back and kind of do a lead into that. But yeah, we'll talk about that later. But either way it go, yeah, the Daredevil thing was cool. But yeah, man, jumping into Hero or Menace, which is a interesting title because, J. Jonah Jameson was always proclaiming Spider-Man as a menace. And I was wondering if he was going to pop up in this universe. I don't know if I can't remember if he had a cameo somewhere. But I was really curious based on the title where they were going to go with this, since that was kind of one of the things that he had to deal with. And so, yeah, I thought the title was interesting. But we opened with Norman Osborne visiting Otto in jail. And And he was basically just talking a lot of shit.
to go flex on it.
Yeah.
Cash.
Look
shit,
at you
too.
now.
Yeah.
Where you at, nigga? I'm gonna go to space.
Right. Right.
You in jail.
Right. With your technology, nigga.
Yeah. So I thought after he did his monologue, I couldn't help but wonder, like, is this a parallel to Elon Musk?
They making it seem like it.
Because remember, Elon has been accused of, or it is factually known that he didn't really invent anything, he just steal everybody else's shit and take credit for it. That's what Norman said he doing, bro.
Yeah.
He said, I stole all your shit.
Right. He's like, I don't know if they told you, but I got your shit.
I got all of it.
I got all your shit.
We going to space.
Oh man, but nah, that was. I was also wondering if you know, I think I'm glad that God damn it, what's his name? The actor playing Norman Osborne.
Oh, Coleman Domingo.
Yeah. I wonder how this guy would be if somebody else picked it up. I'm starting to really settle in as Coleman as Norman.
Yeah.
I think he's doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but Otto was pissed.
Oh, he was mad. He should have been.
Yeah.
I mean, he was just talking cash shit behind that glass, boy.
To the point, he's like, why are you telling me this?
Right.
Telling me for, bro?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but Norman is you know, still in the adventures and stuff, which we see play out later. But anyway, so then it goes to two different things that happen, but they all kind of blend together. So you have Nico and Pearl hanging out, and she got a little hug, so it looked like she was sniffing her. And then you have Big Donovan with Lonnie, and so he said, "We just gonna steal all this shit." So and somebody was questioning whether it was a good idea or whatnot. But anyway, so they take off, and then Donnie said, "Let's go." So what do you guys think about like this stealth sequence? And I guess, did you like how they set up the reveal for Spider-Man? Do you remember? So Nico was walking down the road. Donovan is trying to steal the stuff.
Who was Donovan?
Big Donovan that leads the gang.
Oh, yeah.
Nigga ran.
It's Don or Big? Yeah, Big Don. Big Don.
Okay.
And Nico's about to get hit. What I thought was going to happen was that this necklace she used was going to kick in and protect her, saved her. But that is not what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man popped up.
He was in a new suit then, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Did y'all like that?
It was pretty. It was pretty predictable. I knew he was going to swoop in and save her. Like I saw it coming a mile. Yeah. I knew that was going to happen.
I think I was more leaning towards what you were saying, Ken, in a sense. I thought the necklace was going to do something.
See, they already did that a couple times.
Which just made me think that they was going to go
keep
back
going.
to it.
Yeah, because they did it in the last episode, I think, with the car.
Yeah, they did it with the car. They
So-
did it another time, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
think I
The
don't
car
know.
was one. I think they did it another time.
Yeah, we referenced it last week. Remember she was holding it when
Yeah.
something
No, I
happened.
don't remember the other time Rod's talking about.
Yeah, I think there's another time she did it. I can't think of exactly when.
After it happened, Rod, it made sense that they did it that way.
Mm-hmm. You know what
Go
I'm
ahead.
thinking of? I'm thinking of like the seance shit. That's what I'm thinking
Okay.
of.
But I thought it was dope. I thought it was dope because you can see it because I think you can see it in the necklace is the him come through like the reflection, and then it just went dark, and then the music came in. Man, that shit was tight, bro.
That was cool.
That was
Yeah,
a
it
go-
was.
It was a dope ass interest and a dope ass way to kind of introduce the suit. We've been waiting
Bruh.
for 8 episodes for this damn suit.
Bro,
Facts.
for real. Like the
That's
suit,
true.
like I think that white and blue, whatever that is, suit was annoying me.
Yeah, it
Like
was.
it was just like, bro,
Because
get this shit out of here.
I'd always seen the other one. I've never
Yeah.
seen the other one.
I'm like, get this shit out of here, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I was glad to see him in the classic costume. So I thought the misdirection they did with it was dope. But yeah, it made way more sense for him to show up than for that to kick in.
Yeah.
But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I like the intro, and then from here, the rest of this episode is just a fight. Like we got this big fight that's just takes up the bulk of this show. You got Big D and Big Donovan and the gang fighting. Peter sees Lonnie and tries to talk to him. And for the first time in the show that I can remember, his spider sense kicked in. Because I had just asked if he had his spidey sense. Because he'd been getting the shit beat out of him. And not once was he able to kind of dodge something, but he finally kicked in.
When did it kick in?
He was talking to Lonnie. And then you could see it. I don't know if they did. I can't remember if they did the little squiggly lines that they used to do in the other comic, in the other animated series.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could see it, and he kind of dodged. I think that's when the Scorpion came up and attacked Spider-Man from behind.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yep.
So.
Yep. But then it was just all out war breakup.
Yeah, so it was a couple things that surprised me. Well, not surprised me. So the one thing that surprised me that they were willing to, the 116th, what they call it, 115th?
That's it.
They wanted to fight them. I'm like, yo, y'all really trying to go up against this motherfucker? He just wiped y'all out. Like, what are y'all doing?
Big Dom gassed them up.
Yeah, it's like, y'all not going to win this fight. I hope y'all know that. Like, so I was surprised that they did that. And then the other thing I thought was cool was that, like, the reservation was with Peter.
PTSD.
Yeah, PTSD. And I was just like, yo, that's dope that they put that in there. Like, he was really kind of scared, like, you know, from the last fight. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Did you like this whole big battle that we had?
Yeah, I liked the street fight. I liked all of it. And then I thought it was interesting when Dom dipped out on the ass. He was like, what should we do? And he's like, I don't know what you doing, but I'm leaving.
Yeah, that was wild.
I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I also liked, I didn't know about it until Mike said it when he was talking about the super strength that, was it Gravedigger? Is that his name? Or Tombstone? Yeah, the super strength that he had. I thought it was really clever the way that they did it. As far as the stuff they were stealing and the little fumes and shit. And now he got the super strength. Because I know that we were wondering how he was going to get his superpower. So I liked how they did that.
Yeah, I did too. He knocked over a canister of a spike. I think it's called Dick's 3.
That's what it was?
It said DICX-3.
He had to take 3 dicks to get strong.
Pumped him up, bro. Pumped him up with super strength.
Oh, shit. 3 dicks made him
He
stronger.
knocked over
Who knew 3 dicks would have made him stronger like that?
Who knew, Spike? God damn.
Oh, man. But nah, I'm with you, man. I thought that was dope. Like, it really seemed like it was an accident. It was. I thought it was written well into the story.
It was.
You know, because I thought they were going to do like in the, I mentioned this before, in the Adventures of Superman or whatever it's called, they use a lot of tech in that as a replication for powers for some of these guys, where he fought a lot of tech. And so I thought they were doing that here, where he was just going to go in and get some auto tech.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, and become Tombstone. That would have been whack.
And see, I don't know the background of Tombstone, so I didn't know who he would eventually be and how he would. I know y'all mentioned it. That he's going to be Tombstone. I know y'all mentioned that, but I didn't know who Tombstone was. So I didn't know, like you said, we've been seeing nothing but regular people with tech or, you know, semi-strong people with tech. Or whatever, and that's what I thought maybe would happen. So when they went this route, I was like, all right, dope. So he kind of like a Cage type of character, right?
Yeah, he's gonna have super strength. Well, yeah, you saw that in here. It kind of revealed itself. What you guys think about the rematch between Spider-Man and Scorpion?
If dude hadn't been there to help him, he would have kicked his ass again. It looked like he was a little better, and he was telling, "Oh, you didn't got better. I see you, but you still, but you still can't mess with me." I think the dude helping him that helped a lot.
Yeah, he definitely still needed the help. He was able to hold his own a bit better. Like his reflexes were better. So I feel like he could have held his own. I just don't know if he could have defeated him the way he did without the help of Lonnie / Tombstone. So yeah, but I did like the rematch though. You know, I did like the rematch. I just didn't know Scorpion was that strong. Like I didn't know he was that quote unquote good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know how he got with being able to use the scorpion tail the way he was, because he was nice with it, man. Like he was nice with it,
and then where he's able to use the environment with it too. So that you got it's something to account for that. Like, you know, he's not just using just the tail alone. He's like, yo, I'm gonna get this thing and pull that, and he gonna try to say that, and I'm gonna get his ass. Like, so yeah, you know, I thought that was he know how to utilize it. So he's smart. He's a smart fighter.
Yeah. Nah, the choreography was still spot on, I felt like. And it was just really dope seeing like the stuff play out on screen, man. It was so fluid and everything. And, you know, I don't know if I ever met like that's all a lot of people saying. I didn't know this was the matchup I ever thought I wanted with Tombstone and Spider-Man teaming up. And then they had the split screen where their face was, man, that shit was dope.
Was good,
yeah.
No, it was cool.
But what I also like is you mentioned like Dark. You saw Peter was like, he took Norman's words to heart. And he was. Do y'all think he was going to really kill him?
Yeah. It reminded me of that Captain America shit on Winter Soldier, Falcon Winter Soldier when he killed that dude with the shield. That's what it reminded me of. That's what it reminded me of. Because what was he holding? He was holding
the tail.
The tail, yeah. So you remember on the one when he had the shield?
Yep.
And he killed that dude?
Yep.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
Because people was recording it. And that was the thing, like, you know, Captain America, you don't want to see him like fucking killing somebody. Like,
is that I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying Spider-Man, same thing. You don't want to see so Lonnie was like, look, don't kneel down to his level. Like, I thought that was cool moment.
Is that a thing in comic books where heroes don't kill people?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, you have situations where they accidentally kill somebody, but that kind of gives them some type of mental conflict to overcome. But yeah, for the most part, I think they said Batman doesn't kill people, even though in one of the early episodes he actually did kill somebody. But you know,
Superman don't kill people.
Nah, that's probably one that you won't find killing somebody.
I know that.
Not saying that he hasn't done it, but I didn't follow Superman like
he might set somebody up to be killed.
Gotcha.
Like
Superman's not trying to kill anybody, you know. So I don't know if he ever accidentally took somebody's life and had to deal with it or not.
Yeah, Spider-Man just capturing people for the police to come get him.
But you know, he's a good guy, you know, so his murder is not their thing. So, but that's why people really mess with Punisher, because Punisher was a good guy that killed people. You know? Yeah, so people really fuck with Punisher. And then, you know, and you know, why Wolverine was so popular, because he'll kill somebody quick too. Yeah. But now, and that was the thing, like the X-Men always try to get him to stop from doing that shit. Like, hey man, stop what you doing. But yeah. But I thought I the build-up was good. They took that line and they brought it back and utilized it really, really well in this. And, you know, he also was able to kind of enhance his strength and his powers and kind of get to the next level. So he was able to level up. What was also really dope is that, like, when he grabbed the manhole cover and threw it at him, that was in the game. So I thought that was kind of cool. There were other parts in that they were doing in here in some of the fight scenes that reminded me of some of the things that they did in the video games too. That was really cool. But nah, I definitely enjoyed it. And Scorpion wasn't no punk, man. It took two of them to take him down.
So did.
Like, bro, it was crazy.
I like the play on the with great responsibility comes
great respect.
Yeah. I was just like, oh man, he flipped it on him.
I was thinking that sounded wrong. That ain't what he usually says.
That's not. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility.
He changed responsibility. They changed responsibility.
Why they changed it?
Because different people.
Yes, another
universe. Yeah.
Gotcha.
He's coming from a more menacing place.
Got it.
Was it Uncle Ben that said it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Uncle Ben.
Yeah, Uncle Ben. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you know, you think about like rich guys like him.
They want respect.
You know, in real life, Steve Jobs is known for ruling with terror. You know,
money, power, respect.
Yep.
Is the key to life.
Yeah. So and a lot of people that idolize Steve Jobs tried to emulate that, you know, and be this whole asshole thing, later on. So it became kind of this thing in the tech industry. So, this episode ended with the blood samples. We see he's actually using that to create. I guess he mentioned it was interesting because in the conversation that he had with Peter towards the end, when Peter called him, it was like, "Yo, like I know you told me that gave me a little line about respect, but I almost went too far and almost killed him. But I just that's too much for me." What you got? Did you guys like how it seems like Norman really? On one hand, it seems like he definitely has his ulterior motive, which we found out in episode 10. But it's also like he has some sort of attachment to Peter as well.
I think I said that earlier episodes. Is that from what I remember, he actually liked Peter for his mind and things like that. Like he has some sort of adoration for him. So I do think he genuinely likes him, but he wants to kind of like rear him, like kind of what's the word? That's the word I'm looking for. Not mold, but
mentor.
Nah,
not mentor.
It's like mentor is
manipulate.
Mentor is positive.
Groom
is the word I'm looking for. It's like he's trying to groom him to be something else, but he's not going to be able to do that with him, obviously. So yeah, I think because I do think he has taken a liking to him, and can see. But yeah, with the spider thing, it does seem like he's using him to get someone that he can groom more so than he can as Peter.
I think he only likes him because he can use him. Like he's young, he's naive. I can assert some sort of dominance here and kind of guide you in the directions that I want to go. And I think with any rich person, like they see a talented person that they can attach themselves to that they think will make them more money. I think that's his motive as well as being able to make more Spider-Man.
So you're saying there's no way that it could be genuine because of that?
So.
Interesting.
I don't think he has a genuine connection to anyone. I think he's just solely like money, tech. I think that's the character they're trying to portray with him.
See, I think people could be clouded by that and think that they actually do like someone. You know what I'm saying? And don't realize that they're actually using them. Like, that's just my perspective or whatever. I think some people think they're coming somewhere from good intentions and not realizing that, you know what, you kind of using that person.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What I'm saying? But if you ask them, they're like, no, I love such and such.
Right.
And they truly believe that.
But you love them because of this thing.
Right.
Not because of them.
But they truly believe that.
Facts, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't seem like a malicious thing until that spider thing happened. And I was just like, oh, man, he is kind of using them. Like,
but that was a matter of circumstance, maybe convenience, right? Because I don't know. I honestly don't know what his motives are. He came across Peter because Peter saved his son. So he was looking for him. So now this opportunity is presented itself, and he took advantage of it to his benefit. But he didn't send Spider-Man to go get Otto. He snitched to Ross for Iron Man to go do it.
Right.
So you see he has this sort of influence in politics, sound familiar, and able to manipulate people to go do his bidding. And he comes out on the other end of that in a much higher place of leverage. When you see what he did with taking the blood samples, I think that just presented an opportunity that he took advantage of, being able to take the samples of the blood since Peter got whooped up so bad.
Because he said it beforehand. He's like, I wish I had hundreds of Spider-Mans or something like he said. Something like that.
He said it in his speech to Peter. And the reason why I don't know which one is it, because, he said, look, basically telling Peter that that's not who he is. But, he was sort of grateful that he was able to find his way back after being in the dark side. So he sounds like at times he really gives him sound advice, but there is an opportunity for him that he's going to definitely take advantage of. And he leverages it, and that's what he did. And we saw that he's been experimenting and trying to create, he took Spider-Man's blood and injected it into the spider.
Wow, yeah, that seemed like they would have injected a person, right? Like the
No,
Spider.
No, they always
they're
start with-
trying to recreate
Yeah.
the Spider-Man thing.
So how they gonna inject somebody with the spider blood and Spider-Man's blood?
Eventually, yeah. I think that's where they were going to
I
go.
think it's like a combination. It's like a combination of it that makes them the Spider-Man.
Got it, got it.
Yeah.
I thought he was putting Peter's blood into the spider, but he was withdrawing blood from the spider.
No, he withdrew. Remember when?
I remember he took it from Peter, but why was he? What was he doing with the spider at the end?
He was trying to insert the blood into the spider. I don't know, like, because I'm going back to the movies too. They had these they had some generated spiders in the old movies that actually bit Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it was almost like shit, not almost like. So when we get to 10, it's almost like that's how Spider-Man became Spider-Man. Damn, see, that's weird, the cycle that they created, because he got bit by the injected spider.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So where does it start and where does it end? Like, or begin? Like, you know what I mean?
It's the time loop.
Yeah.
So you think about the title of episode 10 is "If This Be My Destiny," and we see. There's always been this weird parallel between Lonnie and Peter, but we see that in this one, Peter's outside or extracurricular activity that Spider-Man is starting to interfere with school for him. Because he was supposed to go back and help Pearl with this project that he gets there late or whatever. And so we saw that, and I thought that was interesting that's going on. So Norman brings everybody together, and he does the big reveal about Project Monolith. And now it's like, which version of Norman is this? And, I was like, is Norman really going too far trying to tap into space to get more tech? So I don't know. So when he delivered the speech, because there were people like, nah, man, this like, what are you doing? This is kind of crazy. We don't know what's on the other side. And then, of course, Cho was all happy about it. But
wait, so y'all are saying that spider that fell out of the portal in the first episode, that's the same spider from episode 9?
yeah,
Yeah.
episode 10.
I totally missed it.
Yeah.
The same spider, because it crept out the glass.
Wasn't this
And
before
remember when we was talking about in episode 1, we were like, why is that spider hanging down? And then when it closed, that's how it landed on Peter. Damn. And so now we in a constant loop of that.
Oh, so they showed us the beginning of it in the beginning and the end.
Mm-hmm.
Like then they went back and did it in 10.
Yeah, they went back and did it in
Shit, I
10,
didn't
how
even
it
realize.
happened. So that I thought that was really cool that they showed, like, that's what that did. Because we were like, where the fuck this random spider come from out the portal?
Facts.
Remember?
Yeah.
But now, but that's when, because the glass had broken from the injected spider. It's like Spider-Man fucking made Spider-Man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Basically,
Yeah.
it's like this never-ending loop. So that's what I was gonna ask y'all. Like, where does it start?
That's crazy because I didn't even know that. I don't know what I thought, but y'all just blew my mind.
But that goes to the title, the destiny. Like, he's destined to be Spider-Man.
No matter what.
Yeah.
Shit.
You can't have one without the other. It's this loop that's gonna always go. Because remember when I don't know, did you recognize the ring when he thought he powered up the device?
Oh yes. I knew that was
Strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Strange pop up, and remember when he was talking to Strange, he was like, "What are you doing? You can't do this. We don't know what's going on. Like, you're gonna create a problem." He was like, and then. And Norman started. Yeah, Norman.
Who I am?
The fuck you think you talking to?
Do whatever the fuck I want to do.
You in my corporation right now. Who the fuck told you to say come in here and start my operations? Norman's funny, dog.
Yeah, nah, it was like, bro, you really talking shit to Strange right now.
He was like, you the one. It's like, you know what? We should be questioning your ass. Like, it was like, who are you? You say, you know what? You the problem.
Right.
Man, he was on point. Norman was really on point.
That was a good character.
Yeah.
Like he's like, no, actually, you the problem.
He reminded me of, because Lex Luthor and J. Jonah Jameson also, like, they tend to view, and others look at heroes as like problems. Like, you guys are menaces.
Right.
Hero and menace from earlier.
Yeah.
And that's what we were saying, because of the whole thing that happened in Midtown High. It was like that shit happened, and we don't even know what or why it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are creating this issue. Let's issue. It's part of the issue with. He's jealousy of Superman too, but he has a thing against these so-called heroes. At his core, whatever the reasons are, he just and Superman is like his focal point. But yeah, I was like, damn, bro, you really talking cash shit to this guy. What was interesting is that Strange was like, Midtown High, what are you talking about? I don't even know what that was. Yeah, he didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, man, is it from another reality? I didn't even put two to two together at this point until he went back in time.
Yeah.
Because remember we told him, like, so we could talk about this whole thing, because at this point, Venom shows up.
Yeah.
Or a symbiote shows up, and there's this whole fight. Even still, Rod, I didn't put it together.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just not putting it together when y'all are telling me this. Like, I don't even know what I thought I was watching now that y'all are pointing it out, but it makes plenty of sense.
Because it was episode 1, and you probably didn't it probably didn't even stick with you. But yeah, they went right back to episode 1.
Yep. Because during the whole fight thing that was going on, he told Peter, he said, ignore what you see, just focus on what you're doing. And he rewound time. And he was like, man, did you just rewind time? Like, what just happened? And he was like, I told you to ignore what you see or whatever. So, did you guys like the fight between Strange and Venom or the symbiote?
Yeah, I liked it the first time. I think that was one of the things I
school.
liked about the first one. So, this one was good as well and whatnot.
Yeah.
At first, I thought they were just fighting in another reality until I realized, no, this was tied to the one from episode 1. So, yeah. I thought it was a different version of that fight at first. But it's not a different version of that fight.
Oh, when they went to Midtown High.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought this was a different version of the Midtown High fight until the portal opened up and he's like, yo, what are we doing here? I was like, oh shit, this is episode 1.
One again.
Man, that was so good, man.
That was good writing for a cartoon.
It was really good, right? That's why I said they stuck the landing.
Yeah.
Like they really did.
Yeah, because and it's bookend, right? Episode 1, we see that happen. Episode 10, we see how it happened. And everything in between is a byproduct of that.
And I told y'all Strange was going to show back up. Yeah.
It's. I wish Mike was here because I want to ask him, was he annoyed by this? Because now my brain is racing. Because I'm like, there's no way to get out of this. Spider-Man created himself.
It's like a riddle. Like, you're like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, he created himself.
Damn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like
I promise, I didn't get that until y'all just hashed it out. I don't even know what I thought again. I knew they went back in time. I got that part of it, but now that I'm thinking about it and hearing y'all and seeing that, like, that's how it happened.
It's his DNA inside that spider, and he just get bit again. It's just like this loop.
Yeah, there's no way to break it. There's no way to break it.
Don't they call that something in the?
Is it a paradox or something like that? I don't know.
Paradox, but what do they call it in the fucking multiverse? It's just no way around it. It's gonna happen like that.
They were saying it on Loki. There's a word for it.
They were saying it on Loki.
Yeah, they were saying it on Loki. I forgot what it's called.
Not
something event. It's a something event. Timeline. They called it a timeline.
Yeah.
Timeline is timeline. But damn, this is what Jalen should be texting. What the fuck is it called? Oh, man.
I hate that I don't remember, but
but I feel like that's what this is.
But
I feel like that's what
it's because I'm now when I saw it, I was like, oh my god! So he has to get bit, go through the process and learn how to be Spider-Man, fight Scorpion, get beat up so bad, get the blood taken out of him, get that injected into that spider that would end up biting him later on. Like all of that, there's no way around that. He doesn't become who he is unless that happens.
Right.
Apex?
No, it's not Apex. I forgot because they said it with Absolute Point. I feel like it's a different word, but I mean I'm going with what Jalen said. He said Absolute Point because then they say that about
It's Strange was stuck in one where his girl has to die no matter what.
Yeah, and the same thing with what's his name? The one that played the Jonathan Majors was playing him.
Kane.
Kane.
Yeah.
Is it Kane?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was Kane.
Kang. Yeah.
Kang.
Yeah.
I thought y'all saying Kane. No matter what, he was always gonna be Kang or something like that. Like any way you
any variable
like he was always gonna end up as Kang or something like that. I could be totally wrong, but yeah. But Absolute Point I think is what it was. But yeah. I don't know. I think, like I said, correct us if we're wrong, Jay. We might be just talking way crazy right now, but
No, he just tested too.
yeah. But yeah, I'm like, well, how he's always going to be Spider-Man.
Yeah, there's always which is also weird because there always will be a Spider-Man because that's why you see so many different variants of Spider-Man.
They said that in Miles Morales, right? Like, there's always going to be a Spider-Man in every world or something like that. Some shit like that.
There's just different versions of them, but this one is just, it's trippy. It's very trippy. Definitely. That shit'll fuck with you. It reminded me of Interstellar. But yeah, I thought that was dope. So I was like, oh my God, like what in the world is going on? That shit was kind of crazy to me. So, and yeah, man, I think that's kind of where it ended. Like we saw the connection between episodes 1 and 10. And I have to do this. I'm sorry. But why the hell didn't he just turn the damn machine off or unplug it?
Who? Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Why did he have to web it up and try to bring it down?
Where do you turn it off at?
I think he unplugged it from the wall. In the process of pulling those little piston things out, I think it became unplugged.
Well, I thought that those piston things, those had to be pulled out. I don't think it was like an off switch.
Well,
like
he pulled them out, but he also webbed up the ring and then was trying to, struggling to bring it down. I'm like, bro, just
focus on the
just turn the shit off. Just unplug it or whatever. Just hit the off switch. There has to be an off switch. Why you have to? And maybe he just wanted to tear the whole thing.
Yes, I think he just wanted to destroy it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what it came off to me. I'm gonna just destroy the whole shit.
He could have just unplugged it and then destroyed it. I gotta do it. I'm sorry.
Hey, I feel you could have unplugged it then destroyed it, but yeah.
I know they gotta create drama spike, but I'm like, bro, just turn the fucking machine off. Like you could have easily ran over there and strangers over here struggling.
Yeah. He throwing nets and
just go flip the switch, but nigga, like it's not that hard. Just flip the switch.
Right. It's like that whole thing of like when people like trying to break down a joint and person just open it.
Oh yeah.
Or whatever.
So, and it may be something I missed, only had a chance to watch it once. So if there's something I missed, then forgive me. But also in this part, this is another part that reminded me of the game. So in the Spider-Man game, you sometimes will come across certain equipment and stuff that's broke, and then you have to fix it. And some of that part of the process is using the webbing as a conduit, which is what he did in this episode, kind of webbing stuff together and put stuff together. So it reminded me of the Spider-Man game, which I thought was actually dope.
What did y'all think about him like playing the students and everything just to build this machine and their responses to it? They was just like, what? We didn't agree to this shit.
Right. But he was like, I knew what was going on.
Right. He was the only one who was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He's somebody to watch, even though I believe Jalen said he becomes a Hulk later on.
Oh, he becomes the Hulk?
Mm-hmm.
You remember I told you it was an Asian Hulk?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember that? Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
Well, so it goes back to the thing we've been talking about. Yeah. Like, who is Norman really?
Yeah.
He used all these people for his own personal gain, but trying to make it seem like they would also become famous and gain from this as well. Elon does the same shit.
That's true.
Yeah.
It, like the same damn stuff. At least that's what people say.
Yeah, that is 100%. I feel like how they writ the character based off him. Now that you say that.
I was like, dang, bro. Like, he was really selling it, too. He was really selling it. I was like, hey, man,
He was.
Hey, you guys did a good job here.
No, he was. He like, y'all will be revered, for the work that you've done here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and then manipulated Peter, because Peter was like, hey, man, I don't know if this is right. He was like, man, and then he's like, nah, Peter, you know Peter, right?
Right?
Wink, wink. Like,
right. I helped you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You've been reaping the benefits this whole time. Like, if anybody knows, Peter knows. Ain't that right, Peter?
Which creates a conflict in Peter, which we saw, because he couldn't be like, this is wrong.
Right.
Because he's also, like you said, Rod, reap the benefits of it. So it's like, what does Peter do? We saw he didn't know what to do.
That's what makes me think he's like, doesn't have the best, what he thinks is the best interest is what he's concerned about. He don't really care about their interest at all.
But see, that says opposite for me. He really thinks that he was benefiting Peter. Like, he really thinks that he was helping him.
Yeah.
No malicious intent. Like, no, I'm helping y'all be successful.
Y'all just don't see the vision.
Right. I'm helping y'all have money, like the accolades. I'm giving you guys opportunity.
That makes sense.
It's how he sees it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who else is giving y'all these
You're
opportunities?
right. Because he's not looking at it like they being manipulated. I'm manipulating you to get what I want, but I'm it's working out. It's benefiting you.
Yeah.
I know better than you. I'm smarter.
You're
than
getting
you.
something out of the deal, basically. You know, I'm not just destroying your careers or destroying your lives. You know.
So anyway, so that was a big fight. We get the whole everything from the beginning, came back around and it made sense. Because I think we even had kind of questions about certain things that were occurring in the opening sequence. So we ended with a couple of things I want to point out. So probably should have been no surprise that a piece of the symbiote was cut off when the machine ended. So we knew that was going to happen because Venom has to show up.
Yeah, I thought that. I mean, it was written really well, y'all. Like it really was to have that, like you said, because we know Venom lives in this world. Well, supposed to live in that world, and that's how it would happen, essentially. Like, man.
Yeah. And guess who has it? Norman, because he found it. So he's gonna scoop it up. We saw Tombstone is now the leader. He's lying to his mom. He throws the jacket off. And Spike, did you see his fingertips? They were white.
They're like white.
Is that a hallmark for?
So he's gonna come completely that color or something.
That's his color in the comics.
They finna turn a black dude
basically
white.
Oh shit!
That's what they finna do. They finna do that to us.
More of an albino, bro.
More like a gray. More like a
yeah,
gray.
he's kind of like gray. Yeah,
like
yeah.
a tombstone.
Yeah, Spike. Damn, man, he ain't white. He marble, bro. He marble.
Ah, shit.
Dang, bro.
That would have been that would be crazy though, Spike.
Crazy.
We're gonna say they're gonna turn him gray. He better be a dark gray. He better be a dark gray. Make the right decision, y'all.
Daredevil came back.
They said blue.
Who was that girl that Daredevil was talking to?
Finesse. Can't say I'm familiar with her, but yeah,
So
she was a
fighter.
spy.
She was a spy.
So she finna go. She said, "I watched one rich person." She was talking about Norman. Who's she going to now?
Stark is the only other one I can think of. But I don't know why she would need to be watching Stark. But we know he's there. He's rich.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I thought that was cool. He showed up too.
Who's that?
Iron Man.
Yeah.
He did?
Yeah, he showed up in not this
when
like,
he
like
when Rod went here.
the weeks I wasn't here.
We talked
Did y'all
about
talk about Iron Man?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. Because it was the old school Iron Man look. Yeah. From the comics, yeah.
But now he's the boss, so that's why Big Don ran off, which, probably no surprise either. I was kind of I think that was the way they had to make it work, but he pumped out.
He really did.
Yeah. I didn't see that coming until that scene.
I
was like,
did.
He finna run. Yeah, when the scene came up, I was like, oh,
You could just see it in his eyes.
Yeah. He was like, man, we getting our ass kicked. And they were.
They were.
They was getting
walked.
boy.
They were.
Yeah.
We had a preview for the Octa dude, didn't we?
Yeah. Dr. Octopus put his designs. And Nico did the reveal that they've been teasing this whole time.
Do y'all know who she is?
No, I don't. But
she gives me Agatha Harkness vibes with the purple stuff.
Yeah, I think she's a witch, but I don't know the character of
Agatha Harkness. Like that's what I'm saying. The purple and all that gives me Agatha Harkness vibes. I'm not saying that she is, or maybe that's her mom. I don't know. Like, oh wait, are they tying Agatha Harkness with this? Because she had a child that wasn't born, or
I don't think so.
All right,
I think it's completely separate.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought about when I saw the purple medallion, whatever.
Yeah, so when that happened, I'm like, well, because remember, she was sitting there fussing and chastising Peter about secrets, and Peter was like, "Hey, man, I ain't keeping any more secrets from you." But you walking around with a fucking secret yourself. You hypocrite. You ain't not once did you tell Peter that you can talk the fucking shit.
She's supposed to understand that.
Right.
Yeah. Get it. Yeah.
Well, I think she did have something. It was like you walking around with a secret too.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I don't want to look up. I'm trying to be paid, but it's gonna get revealed. So,
I try to avoid that stuff too.
yeah, especially knowing we got season 2 and season 3.
I like the surprise element, man.
Yeah.
I'm like that with most things. I don't like to know until it's time or whatever, and just talk about it in the moment. But y'all saw what Jalen said that he's actually gonna be blue, not gray.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Black and blue.
Hey, they better get close to it. Like, they got to, Spike. He better be blue. Like I said, blue or dark gray, bro. He can't be nothing close to white.
And the cliffhanger for season 2, Peter's dad.
What was that about? I don't know the story. What's the backstory behind his dad? Is there one?
They try to do it in Madam Web.
There is. I don't want to. So I need to talk to TJ. TJ is like a super duper. He could probably break down everything. I haven't had a chance to talk to him. But later on, they incorporated this backstory with Peter's parents and stuff like that. So, but in this world, the universe, he isn't dead. So he's in jail. Yeah. So a lot of this stuff happened when I tapped out. So I've been meaning to go back and kind of read how they do it, but it's if I'm thinking about though who these people supposed to be, but yeah, I thought it was Uncle Ben.
I did too.
Yeah,
I did too.
Yeah, I thought it was Uncle Ben. So when he was like, "How's my son?" I was like, "Shit."
Yeah, I was lost.
Yeah. So I was excited though. So I guess I probably need to go do a follow up and see, because if they're gonna tell the story anyway, and it's seasons 2 and 1. But yeah,
It's not a situation where his uncle is his dad. It's not. That's not a thing.
I don't think so.
Okay, I didn't know. You never know, Spike. Right. I thought it was a legitimate question. You know what I'm saying? Like, like.
But yeah, I think they yeah, you're right, Rod. Never mind.
Oh shit.
No, not that.
Okay, let me know where I'm right.
I thought they did do something like this in the movies.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I think you're right. You probably just didn't see the movies.
I probably didn't see.
But yeah. Never mind. Yeah, they did. Yeah. So they kind of told us. Yeah, I think so.
Because I've seen that before in movies where somebody, like.
You thought they were
your uncle or uncle?
No, not that part. About
which part?
About Peter's dad, like his backstory with Peter's dad.
Oh,
they did that in one of the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, they did
or
it
in one of the movies.
It was Madam Web. Like Madam Web, they kind of play with the fact that was Spider-Man's parents in that movie.
Yeah, because
she was pregnant and the baby name was Peter or something like that.
Yeah,
and the dad was around then too.
Yep.
But it might be somewhere else. But I do remember in Madam Web, because I want to say Mike pointed it out.
Because I think they're Spike to tell you, because it was in the movie. I think they're like secret agents.
Oh, who's secret agents?
Peter's parents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I think they did that in the movies. But
interesting.
Yeah, how and why he would be in jail, I don't know, but we'll find out. So I think, but but that's what I got. I'm sure Jalen will correct us if we're wrong, which we always appreciate. And last thing, Harry created his own business.
Yeah.
WEB, which I thought about WEB Du Bois. So that was no intentional or not, but yeah.
I think it's Web.
Yeah, Web. Yeah. Damn.
So are those like nuggets?
Damn, Spike. Oh shit, slow moment. Shit.
Yeah, y'all stupid.
When he said it out loud, I was like, shit, it clicked.
That's hilarious.
Oh man. But yeah. All in all, now that we're at the end though, final thoughts?
Yeah, it got better. Again, it gradually got better. The storyline sit with me more. I think it was written very good for a cartoon. So yeah, I'm way more of a fan than I was when we started.
Yeah, I'm amazed at how they turned this around. This is, man, I did not think that I would become a fan of this by the end of it, because that hadn't been the history of these shows for me. The landings have been a struggle with these Disney shows, but nah, this one landed very well. My interest is definitely peaked now with this show, and I'm like, how did they get me again on another Spider-Man? Like, god damn, the Spider-Man story that fucking good,
Right.
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they did it, man. I thought I was tired. I thought I didn't want another Spider-Man story, but I do now.
Is that the story that started all of it? That's
It's
first Spider-Man with your boy and Tobey, whatever.
Tobey Maguire? Nah.
It was like 01. That wasn't the first one.
First movie. That wasn't the first live action.
Oh, that's what you asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think that was. Yeah,
yeah, I think so.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was the first live action that I know of.
Yeah.
I didn't know any TV shows with Spider-Man.
Yeah. They did a really good job. I'm with you guys in terms of where we started versus where we ended, and when I was processing it, one of the things I was telling my wife, I was like, man, like sometimes I have to remind myself to be patient and let these stories build and develop. And I think with a show like this, their decision to release them in batches absolutely works.
It was a smart decision because they could stop. Because people were losing. Well, I don't know if people were, but yeah, I know I was losing steam. I'm like, I don't want to. So by them releasing it like this, it's like, oh shit, yeah, I like this.
Y'all right. If they had did this week by week, I probably would have tried to tap out. Maybe
There's no way
5 or 6.
It's not a week to week show, and I think other. And at some point, I think we had a similar conversation about this on Frames anyway. But this should be something that they do.
Yes,
we like sometimes they'll drop 2 episodes. It's like, experiment with this.
They need to do that with Star Wars.
Yeah,
that Star Wars should be dragged out to me. So they definitely need to do with the Star Wars shit.
Yeah, you can do this week to week. The first 5 cliffhangers. Well, let's say 3 through 5. The cliffhangers, shit, the first episode, really. But the cliffhangers were not good enough.
Right.
Maybe with the last batch, maybe. But no, I like how they did it. And I think they knew that sometimes people don't really have the patience to sit around and wait for things to get flushed out. So let's accelerate this up. Let's give them enough of a digestible piece of content to go with. And that'll be that. So, but I thought they did a really good job. It felt like they did a good job of naturally and seamlessly introducing Peter, the rogue gallery, some people that's gonna be on the way to come. Like, it all felt like they built this world in a very natural and seamless way, and it didn't feel forced or anything.
Agreed.
So, yeah, and I'm honestly thinking about season 2 and season 3. Don't overstay your welcome. Don't overstay.
Yeah, this ain't. You don't have to drag this out for 6 seasons.
Yeah, do
quick little story.
Yep,
that's it.
Yep. Close it out at 3 is a sweet spot, I believe. Sometimes they get greedy and come back with 4, but I think you start doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
So do season 2, season 3, and then have people walk over like, man, y'all remember Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man? That shit was really good. And bring back the same team and write good stories, and the rest will handle itself. So yeah, I'm here for it, and I think season 2 drops this year. Let's see. Hold on. I think Mike said it was dropping this year. Of course, I can't get any info. Well, yeah, I can't find it as quickly as I would want. No, there is no release date that I see so far. So, but either way it go, yeah, it was very good. So I'm glad we decided to cover this.
Yeah, they did a good job, man. They did a good job.
And what? How many weeks we spent on this? Not that long, right? 4?
Like 3 weeks.
3 months. Yeah, just a month.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. So we in and out, bro. Anyway, let us know what you guys think about the series, man. And we'll see if sorry Mike couldn't be here, but we'll see if we can get him to share his final thoughts on the remaining 2 episodes, so you guys will know what they are, and we'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
Peace.